I always say it's hard work to be a woman because it is. There is just so much that you can do to yourself to look kept and maintain, but it doesn't necessarily have to be expensive. And stick around, I'll show you my frugal habits, tips, and tricks to look put together at all times without spending a fortune or breaking the bank. Welcome to my first video in my 4-part series on how to live more frugally. I cover 4 areas in my life in this series where I live frugally. There's specific things that I do. And if you have to rein in your budget, the first place you will look at is your beauty routine. And unfortunately, as women, we need certain things done to look put together at all times. And if you're the type to go to a salon and have it done, you're going to have to cut back, maybe. If not, then I'm so glad you can spoil yourself. But if you have to, then I have some great tips and tricks that I'll share with you that's not overwhelming and not expensive, that will help you do everything that you need to do. Throughout my life, I went through phases where I had a lot of money to spend on myself and no money to spend on myself. And obviously, your budget will determine, what you can do and can't do. I'm going to talk about beauty and a budget because currently, with the economy going the way it's going, we all have to look at pinching some pennies. And the first thing that tends to go is your beauty routine. And I don't believe that it should as a woman. And this is where we're going to start. Be realistic about your budget. If your current facial product is extremely expensive and you need to dial it in, you can. There is beauty products on the market that will give you the same results as an extremely expensive product. I think that you can buy more expensive when when you have the budget for it. But if your current budget doesn't allow for it, don't stress. I strongly believe that it is more consistency over time that gives you results than what it is using a very good product inconsistently, right? So when we look at products, sometimes, let's say you literally don't have 2 cents to scrape together. There is natural remedies that you can find online that you can put together with household items. I don't advocate for that because the technology has caught up that even the most inexpensive products are still better than just taking stuff out of the fridge and applying it to your face. But if the stuff out of the fridge is the only stuff that you have, use it. Because again, I don't necessarily believe that, making an item with products that's in your house is necessarily better. I do think it's better than using nothing at all. Good point of clarification. And when you break down your beauty routine, start from the bottom, work your way up, or start at the top and work your way down. If you look at your hair and your skin, identify what type of hair do you have? What type of skin do you have? And did you know that if you walk into a beauty salon or a hair salon and ask general questions, what product will you advise for me? What products or what issues do you see with my skin that you think needs addressing? They will talk to you about those things. They will recommend products for you. You can ask them, what do you recommend for me to use for these problems? And they will give you a product. You take a photo of that product because when you get home, you go talk to ChatGPT and you say to ChatGPT, I have no budget. What can I use that will mimic this? I was told this is my skin problem or this is what I need to address in my current situation. Because as with everything in life, your hair and your skin will change with time. I had a shock in the past year to see, I think it's got to do with the temperature change between South Africa and overseas. I do think that impacted my skin a lot. I'm having a lot of issues with my skin at the moment, and specifically around my mouth. And you can see I'm growing something here as well. And again, I just think it's the difference in temperature between Dubai and South Africa. But it is what it is. Just be aware that as you move through life, you will have fluctuations in not fluctuations, there's throughout your life, 20s to, well, I can only talk about my mid-40s. Between my early 20s and my mid-40s, I think my skin went through about 4 different phases, and my hair a lot more. The last time I did my hair, not the last time before that, look, they broke my hair off. I was not impressed. So you know what? You're going to go through phases like that as well. Any case, that being said, if you don't know what's going on, go ask hairdressers, beauty therapists. Even in South Africa, you have a shop called Fushini's or Edgar's or Woolworths, and they have different beauty bars inside of it. You can walk up to any of those stands and ask them, what do you think of my skin? What do you think my skin needs? In terms of makeup, what do you think is a good color palette for my skin? What do you think will complement my skin and my eyes without me doing a lot, using a lot? I've got some of my beauty products here. I have one palette, and people go, oh, it's MAC, it's expensive. Yes, MAC is expensive. I bought this, I'm not going to lie to you, 4 years ago on Black Friday. It was very cheap for me then. I could afford it. I bought it on Black Friday. I have 2 or 3 brushes that I use. I wash them regularly because I don't want to contaminate my product. It's expensive. To keep this clean is a lot cheaper than to buy a new one. Then I had to change, and I went through a few different ones. I had to change mascara because all of a sudden, it was when I landed up in, it was before then, it's in the past 5 years or so since I turned 40, my eyes became irritated. Now, in my family, that is quite common, and it started later in life. I found this product called Well People. They're not the cheapest, but I used to use Max Stack, but the Well People is a non-toxic product, and I can go to, and I shouldn't, I know I shouldn't, I'm not giving beauty advice here, I'm giving frugal advice. I can go to bed with this one and wake up the following morning and still not have irritating eyes. I used to change my mascara every 3 months because my eyes got so sensitive. It almost feels, as soon as you put it on, like they're itchy and burny. This doesn't do it. I haven't changed this one in the past year versus every 3 months. So this one actually saves me money. And then I have, again, I believe in buying things that lasts long. Because you put on makeup once a day. I don't know if you can see that. You put on makeup once a day and you don't have to touch up. It'll stay on all day if you have proper product. I do have my little foundation here. It's a little Clinique one. I can't use it. It sort of sits on my skin. It doesn't blend well. I don't know if it's me going through something. It's a good product and it's made for older skin. So I'm not sure what's happening there. And I'm going to take my own advice and walk into a Clinique. I do like Clinique. I'm going to walk into a Clinique shop and ask them, why is this doing it to my skin? And I'll get my advice and I'll follow it. I've been through phases in my life where I couldn't afford new makeup. And makeup is something that lasts very long. So it is worthwhile investing in a few more expensive products, especially your eyeshadow and your foundation and your mascara that sits on your face and your eyes all day long. I will always advocate for that. Moving on to your hair. Hair is, it's specific to everybody. I know people that never bought a salon product in their life, and I know people that only have salon products. I've been through phases in my life where I can use salon products and I've only used salon products, and then I couldn't afford it and I had to use shop products. I can't recommend for you what you need. Again, if you walk into a salon, they advise you what to use. They will pinpoint issues with your hair that you can then relate back to ChatGPT. Maybe ChatGPT will give you a product. Maybe you have a product that you enjoy. I know that I used to rinse my hair with vinegar water like once a month just to get the pH back. I go fairly blonde. I like being blonde. And yeah, I used to rinse my hair with vinegar water, diluted, I think 1 to 4, 1 to 5. Again, you can look up the recipe because vinegar is acidic. We are acidic. And if your hair is processed, it will always become more alkali. And then by adding the acidity, you will actually get your hair a lot more smooth. If your problem is body, like you can see, my problem is body. I don't have a lot of body in my hair. Vinegar water will actually make your hair fall flat because reduces the pH, or it balances out your pH, so your hair will fall flat. So if body is what you're after, no, the more messed up your hair is, the better it is for that. I had no idea from which angle I want to approach this video because there's so many angles in terms of frugal living that you can approach beauty. Hello. Hello. You know, I have a full video that I will link down below for you on tips and tricks that I gave on how to work a beauty routine into your day-to-day life. How you can use 5-minute pockets in a day to actually get through an entire beauty routine, because as women, there is so much that we can do to ourselves to look put together. We can go out to the max, or we can keep it to the bare minimum. I have a whole printable that actually runs you through what you can do on your feet and your nails and your hair and your skin. I will link that down below for you. You can go and download. It's a free printable. It doesn't cost you a cent, and it will actually run you through each section. Thank you for being here. Bye.
I don't think so. No, 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 no.